everyone, my name is Sarah, and today we're going to talk about something that is super exciting. I'm so pumped. I'm super excited about this article. And it's not just because, I wrote it. It's also because the content of the article is some really huge news that I'm sure you guys have probably already heard about, perhaps in the Korean newspapers, but today we're going to talk about it in English. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, all of the details of this big news item, so make sure to get your brains and your pencils ready. All right, let's start. Okay, so the headline of today's article will basically tell you what we're talking about, in case you haven't already read it. So it's called Pfizer announces vaccine with 94% efficacy among senior citizens. So of course, this is super exciting because, 2020, it's been a rough time for all of us, right? I think all of us are very eager to move beyond the difficulty that has been this entire year, basically. And one of the ways that we'll be able to do that is by getting a vaccine to everybody. So super exciting that the vaccine seems to be, it's right on the horizon. It's about to come through. All right, so let's get into the article. After nearly a year of COVID-19 induced chaos and economic turmoil, a path leading back towards normalcy is finally on the horizon. The FDA has approved vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, which are 90 and 95% effective at preventing COVID-19 infections, respectively. So there's a couple of words that I want to review here. The first one is induced. A year of COVID-19 induced chaos and economic turmoil. So to induce means to cause something. So here we're saying that this year a lot of chaos and economic hardship has been caused by COVID-19. And that's why it's felt like such a long year for everybody. Nobody's having a good time in 2020. It's rough. So let's stay strong. But a path leading back towards normalcy is finally on the horizon. So this phrase here, on the horizon, I actually used it subconsciously also when I was introducing this video. It's a very common English phrase, and if you learn how to use it, your English will sound very proverbial and natural. So when something is on the horizon, it means it's just about to happen. So when you think about it, if you see something, it's far away, but then, it pops up above the horizon, it comes into sight, which means it's getting closer to you, right? So here we say that the path towards normalcy, or the vaccine, is on the horizon. So it's just around the corner. It's getting closer. So finally, we're gonna get to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's another phrase that we use a lot in English. But yeah, basically, they all mean the same thing. It's around the corner. It's on the horizon. It's at the end of the tunnel. It means that something good is about to happen very soon. The FDA has approved vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, which are 90 and 95% effective, respectively. So here, this word respectively, you'll see it a lot used in especially scientific type papers. So when you're talking about numbers, multiple numbers and multiple nouns, so typically, so we said that the vaccines were approved from Pfizer and Moderna, and they're 90 and 95% effective. So if we don't use this word respectively, it's not clear which noun or which company these numbers are referring to. But because we have this word respectively here, we know that 90 is talking about Pfizer, and that 95 is talking about Moderna. So that's a good thing to know if you want to read some scientific papers or anything in English. I mean, we also do this in a lot of literature as well. So it's not an archaic or rare phrase. It's pretty common. Pfizer is especially effective at preventing infection among the elderly, boasting a 94% success rate in those over the age of 65. So, yay! This is super exciting because obviously, if you've been paying attention at all for the past year, you'll know that the COVID-19 disease, it's particularly deadly and lethal in elderly people. We're not exactly sure why that is, but it does seem to be the case, and the the death rates or the mortality rates for people over the age of 65 are a lot higher than it is for younger people. And that's one of the main reasons why we have to, keep each other safe so that we can, protect each other and protect each other's elderly relatives. But because the Pfizer vaccine is effective among the elderly, then we know that if the elderly are inoculated or given the vaccine, that we can better protect them and also probably prevent a lot of community spread. Stage 3 trials involved 41,000 participants around the globe. 50% of the participants were given a vaccine, while the remaining participants were injected with a placebo. Preliminary data suggests that no major side effects or safety concerns are a problem. So I think around 2 months ago, we talked about the Sputnik 5 vaccine that came out of Russia, which, it was a pretty big deal when it came out at the time, but what a lot of people were worried about is that Russia, they did not complete stage 3 trials. And stage 3 trials are essential to make sure that the vaccine is A, effective, and B, safe in order to use among the general population. So when you do stage 3 trials, you have to test a lot of people. And so basically what the scientists do is they take a huge group of people and they split them in two. And it's random. So they randomly give half of the people the actual vaccine, and then they randomly give half the people a placebo or something that seems like the vaccine, but actually it might just be water or something else. And then they compare infection rates among the people who have the vaccine and among those who just took the placebo. So in order to get statistically significant data, you need to do this with a lot of people, and you normally need a bit of a longer timeline, but they were able to do it relatively quickly. And I mean, the unfortunate reason why they were able to do it so fast is actually because infection rates are so high and they're climbing so quickly, especially in areas like the United States and Europe, that actually they were able to collect the data much more quickly than normally would be possible. So, I mean, it's positive, but it's only possible because of something negative that happened. So, yeah, you gotta take the bad with the good, I suppose. But some encouraging news is that the preliminary data, or the data that's coming out at the beginning, suggests that no major side effects or safety concerns are a problem. So this is a huge relief, because obviously if we want to give, the entire population of a country or potentially the world this vaccine, we need to make sure that it's actually safe so that it's not causing more harm than it's preventing. This is a remarkable achievement reached in record time, as well as good news for individuals and economies that are eager to return to pre-COVID levels of social interaction and outdoor activity. So here you can see the reaction of the stock market basically when the vaccine was announced. You'll see throughout the entire pandemic, this is only over the course of one day. This is only over the course of just one day, but basically the stock market has not been doing so well ever since the pandemic started. The economy is not doing so well, but here you can see just in one day after the vaccine was announced, the stock market went whoop up really, really quickly. So that's potentially a good sign that investors are predicting that something positive is going to happen thanks to this vaccine. And this is very, very exciting to people like me, and I assume you as well, because once the vaccine is widely implemented, we could potentially be able to return to levels of social interaction and outdoor activity that are roughly the same as before the pandemic started. So, fingers crossed, please. I want to see my friends. I want to go outside. I want to go home. I want to see my family. So let's be hopeful. However, some scientists worry that the public may be too quick to rejoice at Pfizer's announcement. Pfizer promised 50 million doses by the end of this year, but that is still weeks away. Plenty of time for COVID-19 to disrupt thousands of lives. So, a potential danger with announcing the creation and passing of this vaccine is that people will think, okay, I'm about to get vaccinated, so I don't have to social distance, I don't have to wear a mask, I could just go anywhere that I want because we're gonna get the vaccine soon anyway, so probably nothing bad is gonna happen, right? Wrong. Because Pfizer, first of all, they only have 50 million doses, and I know that sounds like a lot, but in the United States at least, that's only 1 in 7 people. That's actually not a ton of people. We need a lot higher vaccination rate than that if we're going to prevent the worst after effects of this pandemic. Second of all, they're only going to have those 50 million doses by the end of this year. And I know that sounds like it's really close. It's only about, probably by the time this video comes out, it'll be about 3 weeks away. But in the United States, 2,000 or more people are dying from COVID-19 every single day. So, 3 weeks, that's 21 days, that's potentially around 50,000 American lives lost if we keep the current levels of infection and mortality. So, of course, this vaccine, it's very exciting and it's an amazing, amazing achievement, and we should be so thankful to the doctors and scientists that were able to create it, but we should still make sure that we're following the guidelines of the WHO and the CDC. With the United States celebrating Thanksgiving on November 26th, the announcement of a vaccine may embolden Americans to take the risk of traveling to see their families for the holiday. So I actually wrote this article before Thanksgiving, and unfortunately my prediction came true. This is a photograph of an airport in the United States, I'm not sure where exactly, on Thanksgiving Day. So as I said just a few minutes ago, at this moment, I think, when I checked this morning, about 270,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. I mean, it's a travesty. I think the only thing that has killed more Americans in recent history is World War II. And we're starting to climb towards those numbers as well. So, yeah, I was really hoping that people wouldn't travel for Thanksgiving, but it seems like that is what ended up happening. So probably we're going to see even higher infection and potentially even higher mortality rates in the next couple of weeks. So let's hope, of course, that that doesn't happen, but it's possible. As daily case counts climb above the 200,000 mark and temperatures plunge, the CDC is urging caution. An advisory on its website said, "Postponing travel and staying home is the best way to protect yourself and others this year." So the CDC told people to stay home. A lot of people didn't. From what I heard, I think 40% of Americans traveled to spend Thanksgiving with their relatives this year, which, I understand. I also really, really want to see my family. I haven't been home in over a year, but maybe not the best choice for right now. That's just my personal opinion. But it seems that my opinion is also shared by the CDC because they released a statement on their website urging caution or encouraging people to be careful. And it said, "Postponing travel and staying home is the best way to protect yourself and others this year." So there you have it, folks. And so this is a line graph of the infection rate in the United States. I think around the end of November, we had a day with over 200,000 cases diagnosed in just one day. But a lot of estimates are saying that probably in reality, the infection rate is likely 5 to 10 times higher than that. So it could have been, 1 million Americans infected on that day. And with all of the travel that happened over Thanksgiving, probably these numbers are going to go up all over again. So, I don't know. I'm really sorry. I didn't want to end this super exciting article on a sad note, but yeah. Long story short, the vaccine is a great thing, but we should still definitely be careful. All right, well, I know that a lot of you had to take your Sunung exam this week, so first of all, good job. I know this year was definitely not the ideal studying environment for a lot of you. So, I mean, don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself a well-deserved break. And yeah, just turn off this video. Go watch TV or something. Go relax because you earned it. All right, well, that is all for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video as well as our other videos and articles that we publish. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful day. And yeah, go take a nap. Go to sleep. Okay. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.